What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have big news from two home arcade companies. One is new images of a new product. One is an announcement of an upcoming product that's coming out later this year. Now we'll talk about that one in just one second. But the first company we're going to talk about is Unico, and it's a new product. And no, it's not another handheld. Thank God. No, this is going to be a new LCD monitor in their Phoenix line of arcade replacement monitors. Now, they currently offer a 17, a 19, and a 26. And the 26 is what I have in a couple of my arcade cabinets. And the first version of this monitor had a board that had some issues. The controller board wasn't quite up to snuff. So they did do a version 2 of this, sent those out to early adopters of the monitor. And since we've had those, this thing has been a dream. If you have a later 2000 or late 90s, early 2000s type of arcade game that had that VGA input, this thing is a dream. I mean, it really is just plug and play once you get the monitor mounted. But the image we're going to show right now is something that we've been talking about on this channel for quite some time. It feels like years, but it's an even bigger monitor than 26. Let me go ahead and put the image on the screen right now. This is the first images of the 30-inch version of their Phoenix monitor, and this thing looks massive. Now, unfortunately, this is all the information that I really have to share with you right now. I have seen footage of it displaying an image, but I don't have resolution for you. I don't really have a price that I can share with you just quite yet, but this is really exciting, especially when you consider some of the applications of this 30-inch monitor. Now, some of the things that come to mind are going to be candy cabs that have a larger viewing area. In fact, if I'm able to get my hands on a review unit, I want to actually see if I can test fit this into my Sega Astro City and see what that is going to look like overall. But arcade games that were maybe come out in the mid-2000s, so I'm thinking of games like House of the Dead that still sort of maintain that 4:3 aspect ratio, but they were really putting them on these big monitors. If you're thinking like some of the fighting game cabinets that had the separate pedestal with your monitor kind of in the back with these big speakers, those are the ones that would take advantage of something about this size. So anxious to get my hands on this. As soon as I get more information, I'll absolutely share that with you. But yeah, Unico, looking good. Going bigger or going home. Okay, so the second company we're going to talk about is Iconic Arcade, partnering with Media One Up to bring us some cool Capcom XXL cabinets. Now, I was lucky enough to go to Vegas in January and get the first look at the prototypes of these two cabinets, and I liked what I saw. But like a lot of you, I've been waiting to hear more before I decided to pre-order this cabinet. But many of you have already pre-ordered, and you were also patiently waiting to hear something. Anything. It has been a media blackout, and this is without exaggeration, a media blackout since about late January until now. No one has heard a thing. It's made a lot of people very nervous. Some people have canceled pre-orders. A lot of people have continued to wait and hold off on their pre-orders, waiting to hear something, anything from Iconic or Media One Up about these upcoming cabinets, because they were just prototypes. They were not the finished model. There was no UI. The build quality wasn't final. We needed to know what exactly it was we were getting before we, decided to pre-order. And we've heard nothing, and nothing, and nothing. And then finally, some people that actually pre-ordered got an email stating that the release had been pushed to, the Q4 of 2025. August, some people were saying their emails said October. It was confusing. Meanwhile, total blackout, no communication from the company on their Facebook page, any social media, anything, nothing. Just this email to people that have pre-ordered their cabinets, adding to the confusion, adding to my personal frustration, and I finally had enough. So I went on Facebook, I went on the original Media One Up global fan page, and I said, listen, an official announcement is required for my support to continue of this product. You can't just stay silent like this. You can't just send something out to people that have pre-ordered the cabinets. You can't say and just continue to say nothing to the people that have been patiently waiting to pre-order, to support this product. I'd had enough. So I did that. And there was a response from John D., who then said, hey, listen, we're going to have something for you on Thursday. A man of his word. Thursday has come. Today is Thursday. The announcement came. Let's read it together. Here's what it says. Street Fighter X XL arcade machine release now targeted for the Q4 2025. We're continuing to build momentum towards the launch of the iconic arcade Street Fighter XXL machine, created in collaboration with Capcom to celebrate one of the most iconic franchises in gaming history. As part of ongoing global tariff changes and necessary production adjustments, which that's very interesting, we are pausing pre-orders to allow for internal updates based on fan feedback and pricing realignment. While we work closely with our factory partners to secure additional inventory, we are shifting our anticipated launch window to Q4 2025. Customers who have already pre-ordered will still receive their machines at the original $700 USD price. We remain committed to delivering a premium arcade experience to fans around the world. Thank you for your patience and continued support. More updates will be shared soon. Follow us on social media for the latest news and announcements. Sincerely, the Iconic team. This is definitely something that it's good to know, but it's also vague enough to make me even more frustrated. Now, first things first, they've let us know that they're shifting the release date, which is the least that they could do. Obviously, that's something you have to do, especially for the people that have pre-ordered. But it just kind of gets worse from there. I mean, they're going to pause pre-order. So if you were waiting to hear something to pre-order, even if this statement satisfies you, tough luck. You can't pre-order because they're waiting now to do some adjustments like we've seen from other companies. I don't think the $700 price point may stay the same. Also, talking about adjustments to the design based on fan feedback, price realignment, and also some rumored, legal issues they could be having with Arcade 1-Up. Who knows how this is going to change the design? Now, the design could change radically. It could change slightly. We don't really know. But once again, this really gives us no new information. I'm glad that the statement was made, but there's nothing really definitive here. There's nothing concrete. There's nothing that makes me more confident and excited to put down my hard-earned money. So unfortunately, I'm still in a point where I'm not really willing to pre-order. But based on this message, it doesn't matter. I can't pre-order anyway. So I'm very interested to see what happens moving forward. I hope that the communication continues because this is something that I have to see from this new company, especially when you consider that John D is involved in this. The blackout, the lack of communication is something that I have seen from other companies and I've absolutely hated it. I think that the customer deserves better. I think your fans deserve better. The community that wants to support you deserves better. It deserves so much more. You need to be upfront. You need to be honest whether the news is good or bad, or in this case, extremely vague. More questions, less answers. The only thing that's going to fix this is better communication and details as soon as they are available. You got to get them to customers. But what do you think about this? Let me know in the comments section. Are you excited about the new Unico 30-inch monitor, or is it one of those things that you just don't see a use for it? I want to hear about that. Also, what do you think about John D's announcement? The Iconic Arcade, is it going to happen? Is it going to stay at the same price? I mean, what do you think about it? Are you frustrated, or is this exactly what you wanted to hear? And are you excited to continue to keep your pre-order? Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by and checking out the channel. Y'all have a blessed day, and I will see all of you next time. Peace. Man, I hope this cabinet comes out. I'm still getting the Alpha 2. I mean, I don't change the artwork on Street Fighter 2. I don't care. I'm still getting Alpha 2.